Hello and welcome back to my channel. And here is wishing you a very happy new year. May God bless you and your near and dear ones wherever they are in 2023. Today's video is in continuation of what I posted on Christmas Day this year, which was wherein I argued that digital in itself is not a strategy. It is an important amplifier of an existing strategy for incumbent companies. And I also mentioned that this does not necessarily hold true for digital native organizations. And today, based on many of your requests, I'm demonstrating this point with another example. And today I'm going to talk about the French multinational Carrefour, 72 billion in revenues, 1.3 billion euros as operating margin, and 70% of their revenues coming from Europe, and the balance 30% out of South America. And with that, let us go and kind of discover the Carrefour story. Right. This presentation is titled Digital Amplifying Carrefour Strategy. And before I go into the Carrefour story, I'll just do a quick a minute and a half recap on strategy. And strategy, as I discussed on my previous videos, the links of which is in the comments section of this video, is about making a choice which is mutually reinforcing for a particular group of customers or a specific market wherein it delivers a unique proposition through a well orchestrated set of actions or cross functional actions. So, again, simply put, strategy is a choice that you make for a group of people or a market where you deliver a unique proposition backed up by a set of activities. Now, strategy is about consistency and its ability to string through all of this seamlessly over periods in time. And before we get into the Carrefour story, I want to kind of start this discussion, and this is a busy slide, I recognize that, with the concept of food transition. Now, food transition literally means means a change in the way we have produced and consumed food over decades. Now, what we need to understand is the total food system from production to consumption accounts for 20 to 30% of global greenhouse emissions. And in addition to that, food related public health problems are getting more and more endemic. So there is a very big case on how we kind of manage the entire food chain. And in this context, Carrefour, this is also because of the markets that it offers, where sustainability is becoming a real issue, has decided to make its biggest strategic choice, which is delivering eating well, which is fresh, healthy, and organic food at affordable prices for everyone. Now, to be able to do so, it also says that it is transforming itself from a traditional retailer with digital capabilities to a digital first model. And the important question is, why are these mutually reinforcing choices, right? So, for your ability to deliver fresh, healthy, organic food and to enable food transition, it has to make substantial changes in the food value chain, right? And that can only be orchestrated through a digital first model where data is calibrated, where technologies are used to to kind of give providence around traceability of its products, and also an omnichannel strategy and a native omnichannel strategy to enable people to access it at from multiple touch points. So its basic strategy of delivering eating well, which is fresh organic foods, is amplified by use of technology because the classical analog model of doing so is broken and there are multiple inefficiencies to do so. So those are the first part of the story, which is the mutually reinforcing choices to deliver a unique proposition, or which is called an advantage. Now, advantage for in the Carrefour story is basically delivering the best accessible products to its customer, and it has three components. The first one is a distinctive offer, which is the unique nature of the product, fighting climate change, and omni-channel ecosystem. Now, we're not going to talk about fighting climate change in this discussion, to focus on distinctive offer and the omni-channel ecosystem. Now, these are the two distinct advantages or propositions that Carrefour is delivering. Now, to be able to do so, it has to have a set of activities which are cross-functional in nature to ensure that this advantage is delivered at scale. So the first program that Carrefour went in was was about Act for Food. Act for Food is a big set of initiatives wherein you start by banning 100 controversial substances in food products, which will land up in Carrefour stores, reduce pesticides in plant product lines, reduce or eliminate antibiotics in livestock farming, and then use technologies which is proprietary blockchain. Proprietary permissioned blockchain like the IBM Food Trust blockchain to ensure traceability of input materials and give customers providence around it. So that is the first set of initiatives, which is activities which are aligned to distinctive offer. The second more important thing is provide consumers affordability or a choice across multiple private labels of fresh organic food. So it starts from simple, which is the entry level food, to skeleton, terra di Italia at the higher end, which is the premium product, and Carrefour Bio, which is right in between. Right, and these private labels actually work with a clear brand strategy and are like FMCG products by itself with their own dedicated supply chain and marketing, which actually uses technology to remove waste and so on and so forth. Right, so that comes with distinctive offer. The next thing is if Carrefour as a retailer has to ride the current changes in demographics where speed, convenience, and hyper personalization is what the digital native retailers are offering or what an Amazon food is offering. So it has three basic themes in which it has split its activities. The first is obviously acceleration of e-commerce, and where it says that I will have Carrefour has express delivery, which is less than 3 hours, and quick commerce less than 15 minutes. The Carrefour Sprint with Uber Eats promises delivery of less than 15 minutes of its products in most parts of Europe, and it has tied up with Caju and Bringo to deliver express delivery less than 3 hours, which panders to the consumer's need for convenience and having its product right in there. The second important thing that Carrefour has gone into is digital B2B marketplaces, which is in Brazil with its partnership with Atacadão, where it has created a huge platform where food service providers, restaurateurs can use Carrefour products and it's delivered at scale. The third important thing, which is another element of the omni-channel experience, is the non-food segment, where using Brute, it has partnered with Brute to give live commerce and shopping and marketplaces across its non-food products. So coming back to the story of Carrefour, it is about how it has strung its unique proposition, which is the nature of the products, which is fresh and organic, and omni-channel experience, which is distributing these products, all using different elements of technology. However, one could actually argue that most people would be able to make this linkage and not go after standard business use cases or sector use cases or industry use cases. But what is so different about Carrefour? Now, the important thing to recognize is the strategic enablers that Carrefour put way behind before it started on these initiatives. And couple of things. It has a data and a retail media incumbency where through a joint venture with Sapiens Publics, it has created an ecosystem called a Carrefour Links platform, which actually, with its industrial partners, it leverages on the clean first-party data of 8 billion transactions of 80 million customers, and this data, which is semi-structured, gets into a data lake and it continuously gets churned with in-store and digital transactions, which thereby enable Carrefour to create a distinctive ability. It actually enables it to do AI-based personalization, engaging its customers differently, products assortment, and so on and so forth. So this data lake is a very, very important enabler, and it actually enables its swelling or its transition towards a digital first model. Second thing, which is unique but not so unique, is to getting deep tech in its retail model. The first thing, it's 30% of its technology is cloud, but it's moving to a cloud first strategy, which obviously reducing its time to get to market new applications, right? And therefore, this digital first culture is changing traditional process, which is which is pricing, the dynamic nature of the pricing, which is linked to demand and demand forecasting, supply chain issues, those assortment planning, thereby delivering to the customer what it needs whenever it needs to an omni-channel presence at a price which is affordable for the customer with an experience which the customer values. The whole story then gets get more and more engaging and gestaltic, if you may. The third important thing is obviously Carrefour also has a financial services wing where it which gets again embedded in retail, which is part of its embedded commerce strategy where BNPL, affinity, microcredit are also given. And therefore, this data, this financial services transaction data, also gives a buying power and enables its pricing decisions through the Carrefour Links data ecosystem. The fourth important thing is Carrefour has Dastor, which is a dedicated venture capital firm, and this venture capital firm invests money in minority stakes of digital startups which are investing in food tech. For instance, it has invested in Polish startups called Food Jack and Yosh, who are actually patenting vegetable proteins which are alternative to meat or are plant-based meat proteins, right? And this is also in sync with its strategy of food transition, where you're going to put in alternative meat products which are less carbon consuming. So that's again an amplifier to its strategy. The other important thing is another example is Pathogen City, where it has made an investment for a subscription-based, locally curated box system, wherein you can actually subscribe to this box and get seasonal food and veggies. Now, with that, while we have told the story, the important thing is to say that what is so unique about Carrefour's execution of its digital strategy. The first important thing, the design of functional activities and its fit with the desired advantage is a very, very big thing to commend about Carrefour. Now, we talked about Carrefour's basic strategy is to give you organic food at scale. Now, to be able to give you organic food at scale, it uses permissions blockchain, wherein it actually drives traceability of agri products from the farmer to the table through its blockchain technology, and therefore it not only is it synced with its desired advantage of a distinctive offer is giving fresh organic food at scale, and also amplifies its strategic choice of being a leader in food transition. So this initiative, every initiative, you can trace it back to its strategy very clearly, and therefore executing on initiatives amplifies the strategy and the loop is complete. The other important thing, now one could say that what's so great about it, but to be able to execute it across 50 markets at scale with the precision is a significant transformation, and I'm not too sure how many companies have been able to do so. The second important thing is its strategic enablers, right? How it actually has been collecting granular first party data, putting it in the data lake, structuring the data, and using the data to transform the consumer experience. The other important part is its investment in food tech startups. Now, this is not a differentiated strategy. I mean, in India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank also have made investments to keep them nearer to technology and understand technology development. But that said, it is still important to be able to execute it to precision. Now, with that, I come to the end of this section. The objective here was to amplify strategic choices, the nature of advantage the company wishes to create, and how technology is amplifying the advantage. For all of us who are in the business of running businesses, it is very important for us to recognize the fidelity of technology and the usage of technology in the context. And I repeat this acknowledgement that copying use cases from industry doesn't create uniqueness. For distinctiveness, you have to be specific and aligned to your strategic objectives. Obviously, over a period of time, your strategy might change, your choices might change, and as you change your choices or your market, then your uniqueness is also going to be altered. and then again you have to rework your transformation program around digital. That said, I hope you like this video, and I'm going to do a few more videos around technologies and how technologies amplify strategy. So to sum it up all, digital, again, my last and my closing comment, digital by itself is not a strategy. It is an amplifier to strategy for incumbent and analog firms. So it's very important to string in or time the digital investments in such a way that the other ecosystems enabling it are in place for it to drive value. Otherwise, you will be making a huge amount of digital investments without capturing value, primarily because they are not aligned to what you otherwise wish to achieve. So, doing standalone digital use cases or running digital programs, or for instance, doing blockchain projects, are not going to deliver value. So that was the objective of my of this video. And again, wishing you all a very happy new year. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.